I recently changed the carpets in my room, and that meant that my old tower bench cover no longer matched very well. It was great on the gray and the white floor, but with all this varied tones and especially the blues, just didn't play out well. So I reached out to Anna at Momentum World and asked her if she could please send me a black cover because I found that the original seat conveyed so much better. What she did was she sent me a couple of different covers to review, and the brilliant woman suggested that perhaps I also get a white cover or a tan cover so that I wouldn't disappear if I was wearing black on the bench. Now, I'm a clothing designer and I love black. And since the beginning of COVID, I have not been able to wear it because you disappear on camera when you're wearing black. So we're gonna do a little bit of compare and contrast for Anna so she can see all of her beautiful products in action. And we're gonna start with the beautiful white cover that she sent me. This is one of her wipeable covers as well, which I love. Keeps it clean. You don't get makeup on it if you're doing snake or flying angel. And let's see how I show up.
I can see you.
I'd say that's pretty good for not disappearing. Let's try it from the side.
I'm watching you live.
Yeah, definitely way more obvious how my pelvis is moving in space. So this one is a total win. Now I wasn't sure how I was gonna like it as far as the black hole showing up at the back of the bench goes, but actually it's a kind of a cool design aspect. And it's set in with this beautiful ribbon that just fits inside. So it never gets, it's always perfectly fitted. And we also have a wipeable cover for the back of the top. So let's see how this all sets in. Well, we're set up for hamstrings, so it won't be a long set of upper body openings, but we can do something. Yeah, there's even better resolution this way. So the other thing that I really like about this cover is there is no slipperiness whatsoever. Sometimes when you get more of a terry cover, it slips around and you can't hold yourself on very well. I've had that happen in the past. And usually my solution is to just cut up some yoga mat and put it inside for a non-slip surface. But still, it's nice to have things just be perfect from the start. So these are really snug. And they tie underneath with a single tie. Let me show you this. There. Can you see it? I'll pull this out for you. So it ties right here. Let's go further down. So here's this little dangling loop here, that's where it ties, which means it also allows for free bench movement forward and back. I can adjust my bench. It's really as though it had no cover whatsoever, except for that I have this gorgeous wipeable cover in a color where I actually show up. So I want to contrast this with one of the original styles that I had, which was, it was the terry. And that's what I have in tan, but she also sent me one in black, just so we can see the difference. These are a little bit snug, which is great. It makes it harder to put them on and take them off than some of the covers I've had in the past. But I think is also the reason why they're just so airtight. So let's go ahead and get the non-wipeable. So this is looking like, yeah, it's a neoprene and it's got a bit of a slippery interior. So this is probably going to be one of those situations where if I want to use it, I'm going to put some grip pad in between the interior of the cover and my bench. But for the moment, we'll just see how this one plays out. So it goes on easier. That's also because vinyl just has less stretch than a four-way stretch. Right? It would be like putting on imitation leather pants versus putting on a pair of shiny leggings. I'm gonna tie this underneath. And you see it has the ribbon sticking up, although it's black, so it disappears. Right here. That's up right now. Yeah, there you can see it. So all I have to do is put in the plug and push the ribbon down. And then we have this perfectly black bench, my favorite color. We'll look at the disappearing factor first, then I'm gonna change my shirt for you. This is pretty good. There's not a lot of slipping back and forth, but there is some fabric movement. So sometimes that's not ideal. For example, say I were to tip my bench up. I wanted to do arch curl in more of a high V. I'll show you that. So when I start to MacGyver my equipment, I tend to do a lot of it with yoga blocks. If you have a green wedge, you can also do that. If I want to tip my handles up for more of a high V gyrotonic setting, I can put 2 yoga blocks in front, either on the smallest or the medium setting. I'm going to go extreme right here. I'm going to go for the medium setting and just raise it up. So that's a great thing to do if you're working with someone who doesn't have a lot of hamstring flexibility or who doesn't have a lot of shoulder flexibility. Because it means that you don't have to reach so far down when you go forward. And there's less of a crease in the hips and there's less of an angle in the arms. But if I'm on a slippery bench cover, it's just not quite as stable. Anna, I would like to tell you that this bench cover is not slippery at all. It's perfect. Thank you. And now I'll show it to you if I'm wearing a shirt where you can actually see me. So here's the articulation here. Let's get you back so you can see full body. And you can note as well how what's showing up is really just the tan parts. My pants, apart from my drawstring waistband, have completely disappeared into the seat bench. So she was right. And now finally, we're gonna compare that to the awesome wipeable cover that she sent me, also in black vinyl. I'll give you a close-up of me putting it on. You can see there'll probably be a little bit of a struggle here. Ziggy, I'm almost done this, but I can engage after I finish. So what I'm doing is I'm putting on front part first, and then taking it around the back and stretching it around the base. So it's like a very tight fitted sheet. You can't see anything here right now. Wasn't so bad. And then we tie it. And get the plug in. See, this is perfect. You know, I can see clients on this. I just wipe it down in between uses. Very pandemic friendly. Wish I had this at the beginning after we finished quarantine. So I'm just gonna give you a quick close-up of that. So it's smooth. It kind of looks like imitation leather. It's vinyl. The seams are all, of course, perfect, which is what I've come to expect from her. And it goes around like that. And then of course it also does have the cover for the lollipop. Great job, Anna. You're incredible. Anyone who's a studio owner, you should really consider getting yourself at least one set of these, if not a few, just in case you changed your wall color or your carpets. It's fun to accessorize the equipment. All right, bye.